Hello, I wanted today to very quickly show you how we are taking ArcGIS server layers, publishing them to ArcGIS Online, and then consuming them in a mobile application. In addition to that, we're going to very quickly talk about editing those layers, both online and offline. So let's take a look at this, the PC here, and this is data coming from the county of Santa Clara. This is actually the Flex Viewer for ArcGIS. So this application is consuming ArcGIS server endpoints, which are hosted by the county of Santa Clara, and obviously there are various tools in here to interact with that data. What we did was we actually set up a web map in our ArcGIS Online account, which consumes some of those layers. So in this case, we've actually got two layers we're consuming from the ArcGIS server at Santa Clara. We've got boundary data here, county boundary data, and flood data as well. Now, in addition to that, we've added some landmark data. Now, the data that's being served up by the Santa Clara ArcGIS server is map server data. Even though they're feature layers, it's coming from a map server, which is not editable. We can only edit feature server layers. So what we've done here is we've actually taken a shapefile and we've published a hosted feature service in ArcGIS Online with that shapefile. So in essence, what we've done here is used ArcGIS Online to create an editable layer. And again, in this case, it's a point layer and it's landmarks. So that's what we've got here, three layers essentially with the background. So let me just move over a tablet and you can see this data on a tablet. I'll have to zoom in to this just for you to be able to see this. But there is an Android tablet. Let me just zoom in slightly more. This is an application actually written in ArcGIS, in Flex Mobile. It's something that we've made available to people, and it's something we're actively working on. It's essentially an application that allows you to do editing online and offline. The reason we added that the landmark point layer was to show editing in this particular instance. So we've got an interactive map here. Again, it's exactly the same that's in the background. It's simply an online version of the web map. We're just consuming that in this application. If we tap on the top right hand corner here, let me just make sure you can see that. We've got the typical controls, and we'll talk a little bit more in our blog about this, but you can turn the various layers on off. They're in the web map. We've got the ability to go to full extent if you've zoomed in, and to geolocate. So if you wanted to actually see your current location, hit geolocate and it will zoom you to there, and it will track you as well if you're moving in a vehicle, or if you're walking, the geolocator will move with you. But we're more interested in the editing piece of this. So we've actually got an editing option here. Now online we can edit, and let's just tap this and you can see that we've got the ability, and we'll actually walk through this in offline mode, to actually add a additional landmark feature to the map and have that stored on the hosted ArcGIS service account, or service that's in our ArcGIS Online account. Let's go to offline mode. So this application actually allows us to load the map in an offline manner. So at the minute it's just loading, and there it is. It's actually offline now. And let's just to prove the point, what we've done with this application is just give people the ability, if they're in either have no Wi-Fi connectivity or poor Wi-Fi connectivity, just to actually interact with those layers off of the device itself. So again, if it's low Wi-Fi connectivity or poor Wi-Fi connectivity, that will be very slow. Working off the device will be fast. So we've given users the option to switch between one and the other. Let's just actually turn off the Wi-Fi, just for you to see that we are fully disconnected. Let's go here, and we'll go into aeroplane mode, which essentially turns off the Wi-Fi. So there's that, and we'll go back and we'll reload the application, and there it is. And you can see again that it'll zoom if my tapping is right. There we go. So we're zooming it. Okay, so fully offline now. We have no connectivity via the internet, so this is all taking data that's loaded on the device itself. Now let's just do some offline editing. So again, there's that same editing option, and what we're going to do is we're going to tap here and we're going to tap on the map, and there we have it. We've actually added a feature. Now we can actually update the attributes of that particular feature here, but in this case all we're going to do is just store it as an addition. Now remember, editing allows us to add, delete and modify or edit that particular feature. So in offline mode, obviously we now want to update the server. So let's go back online, and the first thing we'll have to do is just set the device to online again. This is as if somebody's actually moving into an area that is back online. So let's just do that, we'll do that, go back to here, and let's just set the layer. Again, we have to load the online map again. And what we're not going to see when we load, as you see there, that point feature that we just added is not there. Obviously that's stored on the device itself. So what we now need to do is to update that service with that addition. And let's go ahead and do that. Again, we've made this a manual process, so when users have been out in the field and they've done all their edits and they go back online, they've then got the option to apply edits. And as you saw, there is that feature now added to the map. So that's now stored on the server in ArcGIS Online, and we can go ahead and edit that feature more or add additional features. So you'll see in the case of this using Santa Clara data that we can actually do online and offline editing. Thanks for watching.